Welcome back. So top on the brief this morning, we start in the FCT. The former governor of Rivers State and Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Mr. Wike, says instructions have been given to his lawyers to approach a court to set aside the judicial panel of inquiry set up by the Rivers State Governor, Siminalayi Fubara, to investigate those behind the burning of secretariats in the state. He explains that the violence in Rivers State would have been avoided if his successor, Governor Fubara, had followed the rule of law and the pronouncement by the court. He spoke on our political program, Politics Today.
No person who believes in the peace and stability of any nation will say that you want to support violence, will say that you want to support destruction, will say that you don't want people to live in harmony. But what is important is that when there's violence, when there's instability, it is for you to ask question. What has led to that violence? What has led to instability? What has led to destruction? If at all, it's very key. I've said, I was a governor. I've always obeyed the rule of law. You heard the governor said that our state is turning to a state of anarchy where people do not obey the rule of law, where people do not obey the rule of law. What is obeying rule of law? You must respect. You must obey the judgment of courts. A governor came out on national television, not local television, to tell the world, I will not obey court judgment.
Did he say that?
Yes. In fact, to crown it all, he said there was no way in the judgment that the court said the election should not hold. He went as far as to say, I do not need police before I conduct an election. When somebody says, I don't need police, what are you saying? I'm inviting violence. Hoodlums will take opportunity, saying police will not be involved. In that case, who is the perpetrator of that violence? Governor is the architect of the violence.
For the sake of peace, what in your own power do you think can be done?
Obey. The rule of law is the only thing that can bring peace.
And you think that it's up to Governor Fubara?
It is him. Who will support violence? Who will support destruction? Now you talk about panel of judicial panel inquiry. The governor said that this is the handwork of his political opponents.
Could it be you?
No, but having known them, what are certain of the panel of inquiry? You know them. All you need to call police, arrest them, charge them for arson. You know them. You have said so. So what is the basis of judicial panel of inquiry? I know look, I have told our lawyers this afternoon, go ahead and set aside those rubbish. That's rubbish.
What will Wike do?
What Wike is
to
going
allow
to
for
do?
Peace.
Obey court judgment. Allow the rule of law to prevail. Because if you don't obey the court judgment, if you don't adhere to rule of law, you are bringing anarchy.
And Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has inaugurated a judicial commission of inquiry to investigate the violence that recently erupted in some local government areas of the state. According to the governor, the commission was long overdue, recalling that a similar incident occurred about a year ago, which he chose to overlook. Governor Fubara also noted the troubling similarities between the current situation and the events that unfolded before 2013 and 2014, which were marked by courtroom disruptions, arson, and assassinations.
About this time last year, a similar thing happened. And because we believed that we are one family, that whatever differences we have, definitely will be resolved internally. But it has become very clear that rather than get close to the path of peace, that this state is gradually turning to, would I say, a kingdom where law and order are no longer the order of the day. And we can't fold our hands and allow such a thing to happen. So I've decided to take this action to find out the immediate and remote causes of this, and most importantly, no matter the personality involved, we must bring them to book.
In other political stories, the People's Democratic Party, PDP women's groups in Edo State have vowed to reclaim their mandate from the electoral umpire, INEC, following the outcome of the September the 21st governorship election. The women took their protest to the Nigeria Union of Journalists Secretariat and the Edo State House of Assembly complex, both in the capital city, Benin.
We are not fighting, but we are just protesting for our mandate to be given to us. This is a very peaceful protest. You see the way we have been going about it, doing the right thing at the right time. We are very, very responsible mothers. We have grandchildren. The police should stay off this. The soldiers should stay off this. INEC should bring all the papers in their possession so that they will read, they will review and give us back our mandate.
Meanwhile, the All Progressive Congress has assured the people of Edo State that work towards the development of the state will commence right after the swearing-in of the governor-elect and his deputy next month, as they are determined to bring progress to the state. The leaders of the party who disclosed this during the party's victory rally for Edo South in Benin City also thanked voters for giving them the mandate to serve.
The governor and the deputy governor-elect are ready to hit the ground running. After wasting 8 years, you will understand why we cannot afford to waste even one more second. And like others have said, we thank Mr. President for assuring that there was free and fair election. Why are we emphasizing this? The president said the election must be free and fair. Even though you will ask yourself, when you see some people doing the thing they did against us in uniform, you will wonder why they do that. But like I said, what you have prevailed, we have no right to grudge anymore.
I want to thank our leader. From day one, he was with us. Every area we visited, he was there. He was called Osho Baba. For that reason, I believe working for the people pays. And I'm promising you that I am going to work for Edo people.
Away from politics now, the Supreme Court has fixed October the 22nd for hearing of a suit filed by 16 state governments challenging the constitutionality of the laws establishing the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. A 7-man panel of justices led by Justice Uwani Abaji fixed the date after the states were joined as co-plaintiffs and the leave granted for the consolidation of the case in the suit originally filed by the Kogi state government through its Attorney General. The states that joined in the suit include Ondo, Edo, Oyo, Ogun, Nasarawa, Kebbi, Katsina, Sokoto, Jigawa, Enugu, Benue, Anambra, Plateau, Cross River, and Niger states. In the meantime, the Senate has asked the federal government to increase budgetary allocation to federal universities in the 2025 budget to take care of the challenges in Nigerian universities. Lawmakers also resolved to mandate the relevant committee of the Senate to liaise with the Ministers of Finance, Education, and other relevant ministries to immediately take steps to checkmate the increase in spate of brain drain in the country. This resolution comes after a lawmaker, Senator Anthony Okorie, raised a motion on the growing challenge of brain drain, expressing worry over the poor remuneration and working conditions of Nigerian university lecturers. And Vice President Mr. Kashim Shettima has unveiled a framework for addressing malnutrition and food insecurity in Nigeria. The proposed program, codenamed Nutrition 774 Initiative, aims to improve nutritional outcomes across all 774 local government areas in the country. Speaking during a roundtable with development partners at the Presidential Villa Abuja, the Vice President says the initiative aligns with President Bola Tinubu's broader focus on food security and availability across Nigeria. And 15 people have been rescued and 5 others still missing after 2 boats collided in Lagos State. Although there have been conflicting reports about the number of those involved, the Lagos State Waterways Authority, LASWA, said there was no casualty as at the time of the report. A statement issued by LASWA says the boat collision occurred on Monday evening at Imore on the Lagos Waterways, involving 2 vessels named Only God 13 and a wooden boat. According to LASWA, at approximately 7 p.m., Only God 13, traveling from Ebuteru to Badagry with 15 passengers, collided with a wooden boat carrying 10 passengers from Alakija to Imore. The statement adds that, fortunately, all 15 passengers on board Only God 13 were rescued safely. However, 5 passengers from the wooden boat sustained injuries and are receiving medical attention. LASWA adds that regrettably, 5 individuals remain unaccounted for and search and rescue efforts are ongoing. And in sports, Super Eagles interim coach Augustine Eguavon says his team knows the importance of Friday's 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifier against Libya and must make good use of their home game in Uyo, the Akwa Ibom state capital, to pick all available points. Coach Eguavon admits the absence of forward Victor Osimhen is a big miss for the team, but he's however confident that his other strikers will step up. And we hope that indeed the other strikers will prove to be the Trojan horse, as Osimhen is famed to be, for that crucial encounter.